Welcome to EO Talks, Eastern Oregon's very own talk show, only here on EO Alive.
So first off, please introduce yourself and tell us which office you're.
All right. Introducing myself and which office I am running for. My name is Andy Huey, and I'm running for Oregon Senate District 29. That covers 11 counties from Wasco County all the way to Wallowa County. It encompasses all of Wallowa, all of Union, all of Umatilla, all of Morrow County, all of Wheeler County, all of Sherman County, all of Gillum County, the majority of Wasco County, excluding the cities of Rowena, Mosier, and the city limits of the Dalles, as well as it covers the Warm Springs Reservation within Jefferson County and parts of Marion and Clackamas County just along the Warm Springs Reservation border.
Alrighty, now what do you do?
Professionally, I work in many different industries. I do a lot of jobs. I'm a person with many hats on. What I am mainly employed in now is in customer service, mainly in the hospitality industry. I've also worked within tech and the medical field, and I've used this to be able to learn many different trades and many different skills, and I believe being in the hospitality and working in customer service is going to be best suiting me within this role as I'm learning what people need.
All right. Can you tell me about your political and public policy?
So, political and public office that I've held before, I have not been officially in public office. What I have been part of is political office. So, I've been an elected PCP in Wallowa County's 2nd precinct, which covers Enterprise, as within the Wallowa County GOP. I am also the secretary of the Young Republicans of Oregon. I have also worked in the past in the Salem within Representative Levy's office, and I also have been appointed as the Director of Political Affairs for Eastern Oregon University's Associated Student Government.
Can you tell me about your personal biography?
Yes. Sorry about that. So my personal biography. I am a 7th generation Oregonian. My family came back into Oregon on the Oregon Trail. I grew up around the district, and my family settled in the city of Enterprise about 5 years ago. I attended Enterprise High School, and I was involved with FFA, football, wrestling there. And I eventually went and got my GED, and I worked on 13 bills within the House legislature. The legislature was specifically in the House last year. I also attended Blue Mountain Community College, and I'm currently taking my next steps through Eastern Oregon University. My family has also been in the area for quite a long time. My family founded most of the region. We founded the city of Embler. We also went through and were very involved in settling the gorge within Walla Walla to the Dalles, where we had the Snipes, and we also settled along the other side of the river within Klickitat County.
Next, can you tell me more about your community of Enterprise?
So the community of Enterprise sits within Wallowa County. Its main industry within the city is medical and governmental, but most of the people within the county work either in agriculture or tourism. The county as a whole mainly relies on tourism dollars that are generated from the state, and the city is our seat of Wallowa County. So we do have a lot of different things. Unfortunately, if you're coming out to Wallowa County for fun, Enterprise is not the stop that most people stop at.
All right. Which issues are residents of Senate District 29 telling you are the most important?
The constituents within Senate District 29 are talking about a ton of different subjects. Mainly what we are needing within Senate District 29 is having a person who is actually able to have their voice heard within Salem. This is why you have so many counties just within the district that are trying to succeed within Greater Idaho. We also are having a massive housing shortage within all the counties, and within this we also have within our major cities a major homelessness crisis that is working.
Who is your favorite Oregon historical figure?
My favorite historical figure is pretty much tied. I have, out of the Republicans, that would be Victor Attia and Tom McCall, but out of adopted Oregonians, as I mentioned earlier, it would be the Snipe brothers, Ben and George, especially because they have such rich history within when Oregon was the Wild West. And there's so much fun stories and fun history that you can learn about Oregon just tied with them.
Now, what are the primary sources of your personal values?
I would say the primary basis of my personal values would be coming from Judeo-Christian values. I grew up in the church. My family has been involved within the church for quite a long time. As a whole, the United States, is based off of Judeo-Christian values. That's what the founding fathers originally put in within the Constitution. So we have to take that in with the basis of what values we are working on legislation, either in Salem or on the federal level or even on the local level. And having the knowledge of being able to look at the same values and them being the same values that most people hold today is really important. And that's part of the reasons I have them, and I also believe in them wholeheartedly.
Do you anticipate any potential criticisms from your opponents, and do you have any responses to any potential criticisms?
My opponents will say that I am way too young to be holding this role of office, but I'm going to be having an energy that most of my opponents will not be having. As of right now, I'm currently not even in my home. I drove late last night to get down to come visit an event down here in Wasco County this afternoon, and I had meetings all day talking with local officials, as well as trying to figure out what's needed by these districts and needed by the people that are here. And that is mainly what I think people are going to be fighting me on, is that I'm young, and I will show that I have more energy than all my opponents combined to fight for just not you, but my constituents as well.
So, given the use of walkouts in recent years as a tactic by Senate Republicans, do you anticipate participating in Senate Republican walkouts should they happen in the future?
Well, it really depends. The Senate walkouts have been a very powerful tool within our toolbox for extreme policy that we really need to be fighting. And unfortunately, within this last session, we had them give out right towards the end when they were about to win everything they want. I had a wonderful conversation with Senator Bonham this evening that with the Wasco County Republicans, and we were talking about how that they almost got everything they needed. They almost had HB 2002 and 2005 thrown out the window, and all that was going to be passed was the budgets and in a 3-day emergency session, and that was it. But unfortunately, we gave out a little too late. Well, not late, early. And what we really need to focus on is what these bills are causing and what's the anger around them and what we need to be targeting to take care of what our constituents need. And most of our constituents were calling for the walkouts, and that is why they participated in it. And unfortunately, Senator Wagner did not make a proper calculation in how much the Republicans are willing to give up for their constituents compared to what they were expecting.
All right, now it's time for our world famous lightning round. So first up, ducks or beavers?
Mountaineers. I know people that both went to U of O and OSU, so I'm not going to contribute to the quote unquote Civil War that they have.
All right, what is your favorite Eastern Oregon landmark?
My favorite Eastern Oregon landmark, I'm pretty tied between two. I like the memorial at the Deep Creek Massacre site, and the other one I have is a little spot out off 84 just outside of the Dalles, and it has some really nice Oregon Trail ruts from when the wagon trains were coming through.
So what is your favorite locally produced Eastern Oregon food or beverage then?
So my favorite locally produced food, we in Enterprise, we're fairly lucky. We have a lot of beef ranching, and we even are lucky because we have the Bison Ranch. And I'm pretty stuck between having a Hurricane Creek Ranch T-bone steak or having the bison burgers that are made from Stangles.
All righty. Now, last up, what is your favorite Eastern Oregon restaurant?
I've eaten at a lot of different restaurants in the district. I've been all over the place. I've eaten at La Laguna and Enterprise, Bulldog in Rufus, the Steakhouse in La Grande, OMG Burgers in Pendleton. So I've eaten at a lot of places, and I'm not going to get involved in which restaurant is my favorite within this district. But I will say my favorite spot in Oregon, which is outside of the district, is Gray Sue's China Gorge in Hood River.
Alrighty. Last up, can you give us some final thoughts and let people know where they can get in touch with you?
Yeah. So the best way to get a hold of me is emailing me, calling me, or messaging me on any of the platforms that I'm on. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Gab, Truth Social, Snapchat, and Parler. You can find me on all my social media links at links.huey4.us. If you'd like to learn more about my campaign and some of my policies, you can visit my website at huey4.us. That is my last name, HUWE, the word for, FOR, period, US. You can also email me at info@huey4us or call me at 541-398-1295. We really need somebody who will fight for this district in the way that it deserves, and I am that person, and I am looking forward to serving you guys as your next state senator.